let's move on while we're working on the motor here, and we're talking about that, is the other service point that you can do. And this is the brushes. It's a big DC motor, we have brushes in here. If you use your thruster a lot, you're going to wear the brushes down and they're going to need replaced. Typically what you'll see is you'll sometimes see intermittent operation. Sometimes it'll work, sometimes it won't. Obviously the first thing you check for is loose connections, but failing that, check the brushes, especially if you use your thruster a lot. Also, if your thruster is in a damp environment, the dust that these brushes put off as they start to wear gets kind of thick. Basically, the dust gets kind of sticky when it's in a damp environment, and the brushes can stick in here, so then your motor will stop working. So let's go take a look. We'll show you how to take those brushes out and measure them, make sure they're okay, put them back in. If you need to, you can replace them. We stock, in most cases, brushes for almost all our motors. So let's go take a look. Once again, power's off. We're going to come over here. Over the years, we changed these a little bit. Our older thrusters used to have a screen that could be removed. Our newer ones either have bolts on the side or two small bolts on the top. If you end up with looking at one of our very old thrusters with a round base, on some of those, the bolts on the top actually held the motor down to the base. You don't want to accidentally take those off. So if in doubt, you can give us a call, send us a picture of your thruster. But those thrusters will actually have a screen that you can remove. So on the modern ones, it's either two on the top or several around the side. And I've already pre-loosened these, so it makes it a little easier. We're going to take a look at the top of this motor. Once again, cleanliness is good, so we get this off. We've got a lot of brush dust in here. We're going to blow that out with some compressed air. Just a little can is fine. If you have a compressor, that's fine too. So take this off, and there'll be multiple sets of brushes around this motor. Basically all the same idea. There's a spring holding them in place like any other DC motor. In most cases, we can just lift the springs off, pull them out, and check the lengths. So we're going to go here. The brushes usually have one or two wires on them. We're going to grab it, pull the spring back, and we're going to wiggle, and there's our brush. And really all we do, you don't need anything terribly fancy. We're going to measure the length of that brush. Okay? We're going to take that measurement. We're going to compare it to what's in the manual. The manual will tell us when the brushes get too short, what really is going to happen is, one, they're just worn out, and two, what happens is that's going to basically run out of spring pressure. These are no longer going to be making contact with the commutator in here, and your motor's not going to run. So if you get to that point, call us up, tell us what thruster you have. We can provide new brushes, put them in, basically a bolt, take them out, put everything back the way you found it, blow everything out with compressed air, make sure everything's clean. You should be good to go.